I guess I could have hooked up my microphone, at least. Just launching the shit. I'm just launching the shabbiest live for you guys right now. I was bored as fuck, and I figured, what the hell? My screen I'm working on is over here, and my camcorder is right here. So can you guys hear me? Ciao. Let me know if you guys can hear me. Sound is good. Hello, Salavi. Thank you kindly. I missed you guys' conversation the other night. I was super taxed after that live, and I think I just burned some oregano and I fell asleep. Uh, but now that I know how Discord chat works, I can come hang out with you. I'm tallying up my taxes for the year. Hooray for Etsy. Is it bad form to tell you guys how much I made off of Etsy? I didn't make a stupid amount, but like, I don't know. Is that something that you're supposed to talk about? 38 plus 71. Now I gotta do the damn. Four 409. You know what? Here's a lesson, you guys. You guys want to know a lesson in business? Don't be afraid to go balls in. To just let that shit hang. You know what I mean? Like don't be scared. Like on here there were every month I've got at least one purchase of over $500. I mean, I don't know what kind of businesses you guys run. It might be chump change for you, but it certainly wasn't for me a few years ago. Like, and some months I spent thousands of dollars just on materials, parts, machines to produce, marketing. Um, but it's like it gets paid back exponentially, and so it's this weird thing where we don't want to spend money, but we have to spend money to make money, kind of thing. You know what I mean? So I've that's the and here's the other thing that I learned along the way. I used to not like shopping. I like saving my money. Since I was a kid, I've always got stacks on deck since fucking birth practically. And now that I have a business, it's weird because I got to spend a lot of money. So every time I would spend something, it'd be like, but it's like, Keith, you want to make money, you got to spend money. So I've been curating the Etsy shop to only produce things that I'm super stoked on, so that when I spend money on things, I enjoy shopping now. So most people enjoy shopping because they want to get the Gucci belt, or they want to get fucking Chanel, or my sister was telling me that one of these wasn't Chanel. I don't know fashion. Um, what's another big fashion brand? It's not Chanel. It's like a two-part name. I don't know. But they started off as a human zoo, and that they were making shoes out of African skin because they said it was the tough. My sister was telling me, and I was like, damn, low key watch. They were probably killing the black folk and using their skin as like leather products for clothes. And before I could even say that, she goes, yeah, they were advertising that they were doing it, saying that it was the toughest hide, the African hide. I haven't fact checked her on it, but like she seemed pretty convincing when she told me about it. Anywho, how did we get on that? Ah, spending money is a habit. Spending money, we can't not spend money. and we become addicted to buying things, to clicking things, to purchasing things, like the satisfaction of swiping the credit card and getting the credit card points and getting the perks and paying off the bill and watching your credit score go up. It's like a video game. It's like you're playing a life video game. That's why video games are like that. They're programming you guys first and foremost. But when you run your own business, and the thing and that habit, that addiction to consuming is a consumption in order to create. Like when I dropped on one of these months, hold on, I think it was in spring last year. Not there. Rosemary, Lowe's, Kilo, Shopping, Visa, Cope, seeds. Spent $700 on seeds, you guys. You guys go, if I can buy seeds for your backyard, what do you spend, like 20, 25 bucks? I spent $700. $700. I spent $700 on seeds. And I was stoked. And like a part of me was going, oh fuck, like, oh man, I can't believe you just spent that much. Like, you let the consumerism bug get to you, Keith. Like, you definitely didn't need to buy that much. I didn't, but plus side, that $700 translates with the seeds that I bought. I mean, it's going to take probably a good year, 2 years for that investment to come to fruition, all pun intended. But I'll make 40, 50 fucking $1,000 on that $700 investment. Again, it's going to take a couple years, but like, and that's just all. The only point I'm trying to make is like, get some cool shit going. Like, create your own business so that that addiction to consuming that you have, you just shift gears so you don't have to go cold turkey. You just start buying shit that goes into your empire, into your pyramid. It's a great life hack. Brianne, how's it going? Salavi, Agent Smith. You know, that video we put out is the number one video of the last 10 videos that I put out. And that hasn't happened in months. So we're killing it. And shout out to Agent Smith for that, because he is our own infiltrator, if you will. Crystal Caesar. That's a cool name, Crystal Caesar. Many blessings. Let's hang out on a Discord. Yeah, let's do that. If you're comfortable sharing. I mean, that's whatever, I guess. Less than $500 in my state in a year. Don't need to pay for business license. I made well over five. I made 24. I made 24,000 last year on Etsy. That was the gross. That wasn't the profit. I think shipping, Etsy fees, listing fees, and marketing alone took me down to, I think it was like $5,000 or $6,000. And then all the assets, like the wax for the candles, my extracting machine, which cost $2,000, my still, which cost $800, and then boxes and bottles and labeling. Like, I had to pay some dude to create labels for me. That was a few $100. So like, I put a lot into it, but it's fun, man. It's fun doing a business. It's like playing a video game, but in real life. I've always loved strategy video games where you're like collecting resources. You gotta send your villagers out to chop wood and to mine the gold and the iron and fish and farm, and so you can collect food and you can upgrade your town and upgrade the academy, and your soldiers are better, and you're in for, like, I've always loved building games. I've always loved building and growing shit since birth. So I've been doing my best to just sort of bring it over into the real world. Instead of creating fortune in a video game, I'm creating fortune in real life. Brianna Elizabeth, I don't know if I said hi, but hi. What up, Junior? Louis Vuitton. That's what it was, Salavi. I was like, it started with a V. I was like, it's two words and there was a V in there. Yeah, Louis Vuitton. You guys might already be hip to this shit. Sorry. So, I mean, if I just got on the train, my bad. But real talk, what the fuck? I didn't know that was a thing. Holy shit. Elizabeth, what's cracking? Packaging, driving. I bet with all of those starts, you spent some money, but with the return, how much different from crypto? That's a whole nother conversation. I mean, I made Fortunately, I've had a few jobs, so I haven't spent any of my Etsy money in the past 2 years. None of it. All of my profits for the past 2 years on my Etsy shop have gone to the bank. So we've been slaying. Um, can pretty much do whatever I want, buy whatever I need at this point, and like take off work for a while. Like I can do, like I'm comfy. Crypto is different. Crypto is like, I mean, the idea with crypto isn't to make a dollar on crypto. It's to spend your crypto at a dollar in hopes that the value of the crypto goes up. So like you guys know, Bitcoin used to be $1 a coin. Now it's $60,000 a coin. Whereas the U.S. used to be a dollar, so $1 was a dollar. Instead of going up to $60,000, the dollar value of the dollar is like fucking 9 cents from 1912 or some shit like that. So it's not quite the same comparing Etsy to crypto. I guess for me, but I'm also not a stock trader, so maybe I'm the wrong person to ask. Drogon would be a person to ask about that. Profit is different from expenses. Copy that. Do you need a business license to sell on Etsy? I haven't been. Hopefully not. We will see. Yeah. But I guess I titled this video, "Is it worth getting famous?" I don't think it is. I don't think it's worth getting famous, you guys. I don't. I think someone want to look up the root word of fame for me. I'm gonna add up last March's expenses right now. I don't think it is. I don't think it's worth getting famous. And I sometimes wonder if that's sort of an energetic block for me as far as growing my social media presence, because I've got this belief. Maybe it's not a good belief to have. You know, they always talk about limiting beliefs that shouldn't be there. But it's like there's something about fame that distorts people's perception of reality. And they have, not they, and I already see it. You start developing a alter ego that you present to the online world or to whatever world, even if it's not online, even if you're like a public speaker or someone. Like you have your mask, your persona that you speak with other people, and then they latch on to that. And so it's not even like it's intentional. It's just, say your soul rides a persona the same way it rides a vessel. So my soul is seated in the physical body that you see here, but it can also be seated in a certain mask: the man of letters mask, the musician mask, the fatherly mask, the son mask, the whatever. And the more time you spend in a certain mask, the more your soul identifies with that mask. And so it's not even like you're a bad person. It's like, no, your soul has just spent so much fucking time in a being existing as a certain mask that it gets lost in it. It's kind of like that saying where it's if you look something like, if you look too long into the abyss looks back, kind of thing. I don't know. What do you guys think, though? Would you be down to be famous? Would you be down to be stupid famous, like your dream come true? Because that's what most people want. Fame. They want everyone to like them. That's why we're all posting shit on social media. That's why we're all posting the cutest selfies and the cutest quotes and the cutest dresses and our fucking biceps and our workouts. We're all saying, look at me. That's what we want. We want people to look at us. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But when you have so many fucking people looking at you under a certain persona, like it gets weird, man. It gets weird. It gets super weird. All right, I'm gonna tally up March now. I keep fucking procrastinating. Thank you guys for keeping me company in here. Was there like 2 people in the room? 17? There's 17 of you guys in here just listening to me ramble about fucking taxes and shit. Y'all are the real MVPs. The real ones. Y'all are the real ones. All right, so candle supplies, packaging, air pots, nutrients, Egyptian shit, whatever that is, water filter for the plants, yada yada yada. Tons of ethanol that I didn't write the price down for. Why didn't you write the price, Keith? Weak sauce, Rotan. Huh? Worms for the worm farm. That's funny. So that's what I'm saying. I bought. Hold on, I'll read you guys what I bought. Spent $1,300 in March. Well, we'll do a different 1327, and that wasn't even everything because I left out the fucking weak sauce. Like one of my business expenses is 5 pounds of composting worms. Like who the fuck has worms as a write-off? We're like gas, my vehicle, business, a luncheon meeting with a CEO, and I'm like worms, cow shit, chicken shit, worm shit. $700 worth of seeds. Drogon, I want riches. Bibliomancy. Rajat's Thesaurus 3rd edition. I'm putting that in the tabs as we speak. Thank you kindly, sir. Is there a reason why you chose this? What? Give me a reason why. You guys hear the wind? It's fucking super spooky outside. And like the doors are creaking and shit. Sorry, guys, give me a sec. Tataria, Chuck. I did some. I don't know how I came across Tataria, but that's not a fantasy novel, is it? No, it's something like that, right? Or the fake continent, or the real continent that they said was a fake continent, or something. I gotta look it up. Or there was like the Green Kids. Did you guys hear about the Green Kids? There's like 2 green children who appeared in Scotland or some shit like that, and they said that they were from Tataria or something. Or I don't know. Refresh my memory. Junior, ask that question to me in about 5 minutes about deja vu. Cosmic Gene. I've been dancing for a long time and wanted to be a professional dancer for a while, but I think some things linked to fame and ego satisfaction always confuse me. Same. So I don't mean to hate on attention. I mean, I did kind of come in hot on it, but like art, I love art, and the whole, not the whole, but a huge reason for art, period, is to be witnessed. Like beauty needs a witness. Like it doesn't need, but what the fuck's the point of beauty if there's no one there to witness it? I mean, for the sake of it itself, I guess, yeah, if you want to be super poetic about it. But like, let's fucking be real. If you have a beautiful painting, like it should be seen. Beauty should be, it needs a witness. It's like a dancer. If you're a dancer and you're a beautiful dancer, like um yeah, it's weird. It's a weird relationship. It is. Decipher. That's funny. You're giving us a breakdown of um, epistemology, and your name is Decipher. Hello, Mashir Carter Hobdy. Long time no see. Thanks for stopping by. Um, hey, 20 people. What up? What up? I need worms so I can start composting again. JHD, I'll sell you some. Want me to sell you some worms? It's summertime, so it's getting warmer here, so they started making babies, and they're really starting to come back to life. Do you guys hear the wind going crazy and creaking and shit in here? Hire someone to do your taxes. Someone is doing my taxes. I'm tallying up my write-offs to send over to them. I ain't fucking doing my own taxes. You kidding me? Fuck all that. I ain't got time. I got time to grow trees, make YouTube videos, go for walks, smash city, hang out with Atlas, go for long drives in the mountains. I ain't doing fucking taxes. Get the hell out of here. I have read, but man, put them in your shop. One of the first businesses I wanted to start was a worm farm. I used to work at a big ass, well, it was like a 1.5 acre worm farm. It wasn't that big. Um, but yeah, I used to work at a worm farm. It was pretty cool. It was the worms are fun. I don't know if I'd want to start doing it for money though. It's kind of five. How much do worms even go for? I haven't bought. Well, I bought the red wigglers last year, but that's only because I needed to bump up production. But I've had the same worm bin for probably 7 years. I've every house I've gone to, I've moved my worm bin. You guys know what I'm talking about. There's a special worm called a red wiggler, and African night crawlers, Canadian night crawlers, but especially red wigglers are composting worms. So you can throw fucking anything that's from the earth, you can throw into a worm bin and it'll disappear. Like I throw old t-shirts, pants, I threw a bunch of onesies that Atlas grew out of. As long as it's 100% cotton, and the worms will eat it in like 2-3 months, shit's gone. And the worm poop, which is called worm castings, smells like sweet earth. It's awesome. You can make compost tea out of it. It's highly biologically active. It retains moisture, holds on to nutrients, keeps out pathogens, increases soil permeability, soil pH levels, uptake and regulation of nutrients. Like it's literally called black gold. And it's best when it's fresh. So if you're into growing shit, get yourself a worm bin. Buy a pound of worms. How much is a pound? So 100. Uncle Jim's Worm Farm is where I bought my worms like fucking a decade ago. Let's see, how much does he charge? I think 1,000 worms is a pound, and he's charging $60. or something like that. I mean, it's a good business if you're it's just kind of a hustle. I'm in the shed slash office. I moved. Yeah. I don't know if you guys can see the shed, but like, there's the door to the shed. See if you can see it creaking and shit when the wind blows. Spooky, spooky, spooky. Yeah. Ah, come on. Michelle, yeah, it's the wind. The lawyer who does his advocating has a fool for a client. I'm not sure if was that a compliment, Jogan, or were you talking shit? I'm not sure. Yeah, that's more what I was getting at. Elizabeth is I'm letting the pros, I'm letting the professionals do what they do best. Michelle, yeah, you can put into a worm bin anything that comes from the earth, as long as it's natural. So 100% cotton, that means your clothes, your shirt is made out of 100% plant material. Throw that, the worms will eat it. But the worms don't eat it. What happens is there's bacteria and fungus and nematode. There's just life inside of it, right? And so the shirt will get soggy and the bacteria will start to do its thing and start releasing the exudates, which kind of break down the fibers, and it gets kind of slushy and shit. And then the worms come and pick at that once it gets loosened, and then they chomp, 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 and then they eat it. So it's like a combination of everything that's going at the clothes. Um, but yeah, yeah. So I mean, you can feed them anything. You're not supposed to put too much citrus or meat because you'll attract rodents. You're not supposed to put high fat stuff like butters or things like that. Um, Super garden compost. Did I just blow you guys' minds with some worm facts or what? No, you don't drink the compost tea, Elizabeth. Did I? Sorry, I should have. I should have. I should have clarified that. You don't drink the worm tea, the compost tea. You feed them to your plants. So what you do is you get like a paint strainer and you put so you get the worm shit, which is it's and it doesn't it's not shit. This the your kind of shit you're thinking of. But you get the worm. It's called castings. You get the worm castings. You put it inside of the paint strainer, tie it in a knot, put it in a 5 gallon bucket. And what happens is all the nutrients and all the bacteria, the beneficial bacteria and the beneficial funguses and the beneficial microbes and stuff starts floating around in the water like a tea. And then you run air through it, so air is bubbling through it. It's called actively oxygenated compost tea. There's aerobic compost tea and there's anaerobic, one with oxygen, one without oxygen. The one with oxygen is the one we want. We want the aerobic, the good molecules, the good stuff. So you add blackstrap unsulfured molasses. So that's the food for the microbes, and then for the bacteria. And then you add liquid sea kelp. That's food for the beneficial fungi, and that's it. That's all you can get as fancy as you want, but that's all I put inside of it. And then the tea bag, and then you let it brew for about a day or so. The air bubbles through it, and that's your tea. It's a highly charged, super incredibly potent fertilizer. 1 5 gallon bucket could fertilize like 3 fucking houses. You use it as a foliar spray. The plants could absorb the nutrients to the leaves. You use it as a drench. You can use it for your seedlings. It's really good for seedlings because it doesn't burn the plants, but it's also super. It's good stuff. You don't drink the compost, the worm tea. You give it to your plants. Oh, this old thing? I don't know what the fuck that thing is. I got it when I was living in San Francisco. Oh yes, eggshells, sand. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, Michelle, buy some worms. I'll do a video. I'll do a video on my worm bin outside. My dad built me a tower. It's pretty dope. It's like it's got 3 tiers on it. So you put the food in the bottom tray, and the worms eat it. And then you put the second tray on top of it with fresh food, with holes in the bottom, and the worms all crawl up through the holes in the mesh up into the second bin. So that you take the second bin off, and the bottom tray has nothing but worm eggs and fresh compost. It's pretty dope. You guys, if you're into gardening or like you should, or you're into composting and shit, get yourself some worms. I compost the leaves with old food. Yeah, I mean anything's compost. I piss on my orange trees. I mean technically that's composting. My brother wants me to play video games with him. March, April, May. That should be good then. Maybe you guys can start your own worm farm business. Hey, is Dogecoin gonna hit $1 jug on? I hope it does. Cause I got like 12,000 coins stocked up. And Daddy's trying to build a pyramid. And if Doge went to the moon, that would help. Oh yeah, I've there's a bunch of cow pastures around here, and I've taken cow patties and thrown them in the worm, but I actually prefer it. And the consistency of the cow shit is perfect because it can be kind of dry, and there's a lot of broken down like grass and shit and shit. Whereas like if you throw a bunch of fruit inside of your bin, it gets all mushy and lots of bacteria grows inside of it and stuff. But if you throw cow poop inside of it, it's actually amazing. Cow poop and worms mixed together is like it's awesome. Eventually everything is rising. Good point, man. That's a good point. And in that case, I'm gonna go buy 1,000 more Doge when I get off. Maybe I'll do it right now. Shoo up, shooby doo. About 2 kilos of frankincense in April for $105, which was a great deal, by the way. 25 pounds of beeswax for $400. Something for $69. Hey, 16. 2305. You can just put them in a garage, Michelle. I'll show you my yeah, you just get two totes the same size. You don't have to be crazy big, like, two totes the same size. You'll be surprised. You probably won't even be able to keep up with the worms and how much food you throw out. And cut some holes in one of them so that the liquid can drain out. You don't want it getting too soggy and shit. It's nasty. It starts to smell really bad. So you cut some holes in the bottom, and you put the tote inside of another tote so that it drains out. And that's it. Make sure it stays aerated. That's the big thing with worm bins. You want to make sure that it doesn't get too murky and nasty and shit. The worms hate it. You'll hate it. It smells funny. Yeah, there's also 1,000 tutorials online for how to set up a nice worm bin. What's XRP, Drogon? What up, Renarda Paris? Bitcoin is projected to hit 1 million? Seriously? We're gonna have to talk stocks, Jogan. I might have to pay you to be my financial advisor if that's something that you do. Come on, you bastard. Yes, you have to keep them somewhere cool. They can tolerate a certain amount of heat. That's why the red wigglers are used, because they're composting worms, and composting piles get hot. They get like upwards of 100, 150, 160 degrees in compost piles, which the red wigglers can survive. However, that doesn't mean they like it. So just imagine, just like anything else. Don't let it get too hot. Don't let it get too cold. Keep it out of the sun. Keep it shaded. They like to be wet. So don't expose them to air. Don't expose them to sunlight. Pretorius. Stamps. Stamps.com. 92. I forgot I did my website too. That costed a lot. 2061. $290. My lightning labels. Yeah, Salavi, like us all. Like, I don't like to be too wet. I don't like to be too dry. I don't like to be too hot. I don't like to be too cold. Yeah. But they're also super gangster, and you pretty much can't kill your worm farm. What happens is the eggs will only hatch in ideal conditions. So if it's too dry, like say you leave your worm bin out, and it kills all the worms because it's too dry. The eggs will survive, and as soon as they get rehydrated, the eggs will hatch. Same if it's too cold. Same if it's too wet. Same if it's too whatever. Like they're pretty resilient. You just have to start over every time, which is kind of a pain in the ass. Elf herself, greetings and salutations. Candles, candles, candles. Speaking of which, I need to order some more beeswax because I am out. 5:35. Are you guys having fun while I work on my Etsy shop? while I punch numbers? November, December. So 8 plus 13. Come on. Let's see how much money I spent this year. We're tallying up the numbers. This is the first time looking at it. 287, 2305, 1327, 409. Not as much as I thought. Spent about $8,100 last year on supplies, not on shipping, not on Etsy fees, not on marketing. All right, 79.97. So the idea is this year, 2021, hopefully I'll spend twice as much as that, meaning I'm making twice as much booty, if you catch my drift. 79.97. Or I could just blow up on YouTube and make like 10 times that amount and not have to deal with the Etsy shop at all. Though I would still be making some cool ass tinctures and shit. Uh-oh. Sarah Romano Yanis, hello. Thanks for stopping by. Health herself, hello. Um, we seem to have some divine timing. What other time? What other kind of timing is there? Devilish timing, I guess. Sorry. Um, how are your dreams going? My dreams are going super good. I've been dreaming a lot lately. I haven't been writing them down. I have this nasty habit where I don't write my dreams down. If I have work, I just get up and go. If I don't have work, I like wake up and I have water and I stand outside and I look at the sun and I write down my dreams. I do that thing. When I have work, I'm just like, fucking work. And I like lay in bed until the last minute and then I like rush out of the. So but the dreams have been dope. They've been super cool lately. Not necessarily prophetic, but then again, I haven't been writing them down. So maybe I just wouldn't even know. Um, YouTube is advertising for Etsy. Yes, it's advertising for Etsy, but I also advertise on the platform of Etsy. So I can choose what listings I want to be listed. So whenever you're on Etsy and you see um, an advertised listing, like I do that for some of my products, and you get charged per click. And so right now my cap is $5 per day, but if it's like Christmas or holiday or some huge consumer moment in time, I crank it to like fucking $20 per day of ads. Um, and I'll go up and down accordingly. But yeah, dreams as co-creating. Could you be a little more specific, Elf yourself, with your co-creating dreams? I write checks for Sarah Romano 20 years ago. What does that mean? No, I only use Etsy, Sarah. Well, Shargeen, who used to be on the live on occasion, you guys might have met him. He made my um he developed my website and he put a shop on my website. Um so I guess technically I have products being sold there, but I haven't made any sales because mostly because of me. I don't advertise my shop on my website, on the Milo's website. I'm just not used to having a website, and it's like I'm not one to I don't necessarily like slamming my YouTube channel with marketing for my business, because it's like the idea in my head is to keep is if I want to keep the channel as sincere as possible, I have to be careful with how much is sticking to the channel, which is knowledge, information, and entertainment, and then selling shit. I don't like to be sold, so I don't like selling people. So that's why I don't really advertise the Etsy shop too much, unless it's like the other day I was like, "Yo, the fucking mugwort's back!" But I was stoked because I was in the mountains and everywhere I was looking was just like this sage, purple sage, white sage, black sage. Fuck those. There was two or three different kinds of mugwort, and I was like, "Yo, let's check it out. It's back." So like, with if it's relevant, I do. But um, point being, what I would suggest to you guys Etsy is because Etsy is has tens of millions um, of users, and it's just like a social media. You can like shit, you can favorite on stuff, you can comment on stuff, you can follow buyers and be noted of their updates and their sales and stuff like that. And so it's like being on YouTube, but for Etsy shops. So that's why I'm able to get a ton of traction and a ton of products. As long as you have a good shop and good products and good reviews, my YouTube channel does work passively to plug people into the Etsy shop. It's just there's others out there, but I think at this point, if I was going to expand, or when I am going to expand, that I'll start to get a team. I think Richie said it best: is I've been the captain of my own ship these past couple of years, which is going great, but I need to get to the admiral level instead of the captain level. So I want to be I'm trying to get to the admiral, to where I have a whole bunch of ships underneath me with their own captains that are slaying it, and I'm directing fleets of ships instead of directing my own ship, which means when I do expand with the things that I sell, that the idea is to get people to be running shit for me. I'll take a fat cut, but I'm more than happy taking a fat cut and having someone else handle the work. Like, trust me, I'm trying to chill. I may be Aries, and this is Aries season, so you're gonna see a lot of production out of me over the next 30 days. I guarantee you, I will be fucking slaying. But I do like to chill real hard. Real hard. I do not want to be fucking working all day every day. I do not. I will not. So that's that's the letters business. That's my business plan for the next year. Let me see if I can. Yeah, I got plenty of tax write-offs. That's the numbers I was telling right now were part of the tax write-offs. Um, haven't them been stranger than usual? I was having powerful dreams about like from 3 weeks ago to about a week and a half ago. I was having some gnarly dreams. Um, that's why I started getting back into my dream stuff. But I'd say the past like 4 or 5 days, they've been pretty moderate. Maybe two dreams per night or so that I remember vividly. You have to sell to help people for sure. Yeah, for sure. It's just um it's just a quirk that I have. I don't like mixing selling with like man of letters stuff just because I don't want to muddy the waters. I'd much rather like I've been actually thinking of John Smith if you're still on here, seeing if I could even pay someone to run a Man of Letters Co. Instagram page where all I do is advertise my Etsy shit so that I can keep it as a separate entity. And if people want to be bombarded with sales, coupons, and promotions and consumerism stuff, then they can have an actual Instagram for it. But for sure, you definitely have like I sell things like if I sell shit. Without a buyer, there would be no seller. Without a seller, there wouldn't be. You know what I mean? So I don't mean to hate on it. I just Michelle, I do make bundles. I make mugwort bundles, Artemisia californica, which is also known as coastal sagebrush, but it's not a sage. It's known as cowboy cologne because cowboys used to rub it on themselves as a cologne. And it smells 1,000 times stronger than any other mugwort I've ever smelled. It smells fucking glorious. So I do bundles of those. I do white sage bundles and hummingbird sage. Hummingbird sage is a glorious sage. That's if you know how cannabis grows, and the pictures how it's super sticky and resiny. You can see the trichomes glistening off the bud. That's how the hummingbird sage grows, except that big old purple stalks that shoot up. It smells like delicious sweetness, and it's just dripping with resin. It's fucking super cool. They're a little harder to find, but yeah, I do have bundles and they're on the Etsy shop. Where we at? So I'm trying to keep up with your guys' comments. The evil people on sales can do so much damage like Walmart. Sales is real witchcraft. Amen to that. I know, Drogon, for sure. Yeah, yeah. Um, we're gonna be talking, Drogon. We're gonna be talking. We are. Are the worms in the bait fishing area alive? I don't know, JHDs. Open the box and see if they're wiggling. If they're wiggling, they're alive. I started using GoDaddy bookkeeping. Red wigglers are not generally night crawler. Yeah, generally speaking, night crawlers are the fishing worms. The night crawlers are fucking huge. They're big ass worms. The red wigglers are tinier and they're red. Um, Evil people trick and harm people. Others trick without harming, even helping. For sure. I definitely use tricky ass stuff in the sales of my shops, and it works all the time. It works all the time. I mean, the thing. So I used to do door-to-door sales just straight up was out there cold knocking people's houses at night, trying to sell them Verizon cable services. Like, it was pretty gangster. It was, I learned a lot. But what my leader, my trainer taught me was, um, and this changed my whole life and everything. This dude, his philosophy was sales. It was so cool. It was this Chinese dude. His name was Wang. We called him, what up, Wang? Um, this homie's ass Chinese dude. Anywho, he said people love to buy people love to buy shit, but they hate to be sold. And if you run a business and you can sort of remember that, um, keep that in mind. Like, I don't know, it's just something in human nature. We don't like to be sold because there is a sort of power dynamic in buying and selling something, like haggling. You know what I mean? There is a sort of power struggle, and it's almost like you lose if you're being sold something. Like, someone shows up on your door and you don't want to buy something, but you end up buying something anyways. It's almost like you feel like you've lost. Like, you don't people don't like to be sold, but they love buying shit. Like I just told you at the beginning of this thing, I love spent $700 on seeds, and I go to Ace Hardware. I go to the garden section at some of these places, and I'm just like, I want to buy everything, but I personally hate being sold. Like, when people call me, I troll the fuck out of telemarketers for fun. I'll sit there on the phone for 10 minutes like an asshole with some of these telemarketers just because I hate them that much. But I love buying. I'll fucking spend $500 at the plant shop. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's weird. It's weird, man. It's a weird dynamic. And when you learn, like, this is why it's so important to study psychology and to study finance and economics, and understand why people do what they do, and why they buy things, why they don't buy things, when they buy things. Um, it's tricky. It's a game, man. It's a game. It's a game. It can be done. We can talk about advertising, man. Letters, yeah. Smith, I'm serious about that, though. I'm serious about starting. Um, I would like to start delegating different tasks to different people. Of course, paying them accordingly. Um, but we can talk about that. I'm just trying to set up more things that move themselves to where we can grow the fam and the income, and we can all grow together, if you know what I mean. Brother me, what does brother me mean? Has cut down so much mugwort where fingers are black. I know, I start to get blisters in my index finger because I like try break the branches and snap them. Me has lived in the barter system for years now. Oh, for self, what do you have to barter? I have prize winning frankincense specimens and seeds and stuff. Mexican copal specimens. Um, I've got black frankincense absolutes, ethanol extracts. Let's barter, man. Hey, you guys trying to barter? I accept Bitcoin and Dogecoin. I got pizza toppings that you can hit me up about. Spore prints, if you know what I'm saying. Soft selling. That's right. I forgot about that. That's a thing too. JHDs. Yes, you can compost with any worm. People tend to use red wigglers because they reproduce faster. They produce way faster than night crawlers. Night crawlers produce slow, red wigglers produce fast. Plus, red wigglers are more tolerant of extreme heat, which is why they're traditionally used over night crawlers. But you are correct. You can use night crawlers. What you could do is even use them in tandem. You could use both red and night crawlers at the same time because they operate in different parts of the worm bin. So it like, you know what I mean? You could mix them together. All right, Elf herself, shoot me an email or something. say say no more, fam. I might call it our brothers are, yo, let's game. Copel, Michelle Quintana. Um, hubby's looking for worms now. Michelle Quintana, the when you're talking about copal and different grades, um, that's in reference to the resin. So if you have grade A resin, that's I'm not exactly sure how it works for copal because there's literally pretty much any tree in Central or South America that produces an aromatic resin they call copal. It's a shame, but it is. There's protium copal, which is it might be your traditional quote unquote copal, but the copals that I have are under the genus Bursera. So that's Mexican copal. That's the cousin of frankincense. So and the Burseraceae, there is what would that be the family of Burseraceae? You have Boswellia, which is frankincense, Commiphora, which is myrrh, frankincense and myrrh, and then the third species in that family is Bursera, which is aka copal. And so I have Bursera trees. Um, but when you're talking about what grade, you you can get different grades of copal in the same tree. So you scar the tree and resin forms a scar. That's one type of grade. You peel that away, another scar forms. That's a different kind of grade. You peel that away, another scar forms. That's a different kind of grade. And even in that, you can take, say, that third scarification, and you can cherry pick only the green colored tears from that. Like that's frankincense. They call it green hojari, and it's green frankincense resin from the Boswellia sacra tree. And so they harvest, say you harvest 100 pounds of grade A frankincense resin. And of that grade A frankincense, there's like different shades, different hues of resin. And you'll say, okay, 15% of that has a green tint to it. So they'll cherry pick all the green colors from the grade A harvest and they'll separate that. And that's the quote unquote green hojari, which is like only the prince, only that shit would only be burned in the palace, like, you know, for the past 4,000 years. Now you can buy it on my Etsy shop. But 2,000 years ago, if you were caught with this shit, they would chop your fucking hands off because that the only way you would have this is if you stole it from the sultan. That's how gangster some of this shit is. So the grade, so basically, I guess a better question isn't what grade you have, but what variety do you have? I have Bursera hinsiana. These are the copals: Bursera hinsiana, uh, Bursera microphylla, um, Bipinata, Phageroides, and that's it. And then I have a hybrid that's Bipinata, hinsiana combined, which is pretty gangster because the trees aren't very popular They're hard to get. They're hard to grow. They're rare. So finding hybrids of them is really difficult. And Chaboy got a pack of seeds of the hybrid, and I've been growing them for a while. And I got a big ass one I can show you guys a video of. Dion Page, what's cracking, man? Blanco. So, the hybrid I have makes a white resin. But like I said, there's different shades within each harvest. Proteum copal, which is not Bercera, it's not the variety I have. It's a completely different family. That produces a white resin. Yeah, unfortunately, my trees are only a couple years old, so I'm definitely not going to be selling the resin from my trees. I'll be selling cuttings and seeds. I need like a giant tree to collect a decent amount of resin. And I'm nowhere near that. No one grows those trees out here. It's fucking crazy. So that's why they cost so much money. A pack of 10 seeds cost me $60, and they came from Mexico. So the dude's fucking abuelita's probably out there in her chanclas making menudo in the backyard, making fucking $2 at her day job, and making 50 off of me. And when she picks some fucking seeds from the tree in her backyard, abuelita hogging all the Bercera down there. Ooh, all I want is mimosa and acacia. Drogon. Alchemy, what up, homie? Drogon, look up Yopo. I think it's Anna Dean Perina or some shit like that. I don't know. Damn, I was way off. Those of you that are into ayahuasca, here you go. Anadenanthera peregrina, aka Yopo, is 5-MeO-DMT, completely legal. I'm not a doctor. What I tell you is for educational purposes only. However, you get the seeds, make sure they're good ones, not old ones, fresh seeds, and you heat them up on a skillet, and they'll pop. Like, not quite like popcorn pop. They won't churn inside out, but they'll swell and they'll do a little thing. They'll do a little dance. You remove the outer coat of the shell, and grind it up. And you can get some. Traditionally, they would mix it with ground up snail shells, and snail shell is just calcium carbonate. And so the calcium what they would do is they would blow it into each other's nose with a tube, super native style. The calcium carbonate would alkalize your nasal cavity and would allow your blood to absorb the 5-MeO-DMT. I've tried it. It burns like all hell. I didn't do a big enough dose to like blast off, but because it burns so much. But you can get the seeds all day long. eBay, and they might even have them on Etsy. 100% legal. You can grow the trees too. They grow super fast. I tried growing one. It grew fast, but it died. I don't know if it died in transplant or what, but Alchemy on fucking hit up eBay, man. Yo, you guys, trust in Google. Toxicity. The beans, sometimes called seeds, and falling leaves are hallucinogenic and are toxic to cattle. Yeah, check this out. Chemical compounds: 2,9-dimethyltryptamine, 5-amio-DMT in the bark and in the bean, bufotenin, bufotenin oxide, DMT in the fruit, beans, pods, and bark, DMT oxide. So it's got bufotenin, 5-amio-DMT, and DMT oxide. But instead of using the maybe you guys can help me out who are super into cooking. It's a Indian spice, and it comes in like a little green tube, like this big, and it's like a paste. It's like a white paste. It's basically calcium carbonate paste too, but it's called something, and they use it for cooking. That's what you would use today instead of grinding up fucking snails to do this. But I can't remember the name. Someone is gonna have to help me out with that. JHDs, did you not hear my whole spiel about the snail shells? Did you? The snail shells, the calcium carbonate alkalizes the nasal cavity so that you can absorb the um, hallucinogenic properties. Don't try this. I'm just talking about this for knowledge. I do not condone the use of any substances, whether they are legal or illegal. This is a educational channel only. Don't do drugs, kids. But the name of it is Anadenanthara peregrina out of South America. And you know what's super cool? You guys ever heard of Arrowwood? If you haven't, you should. I'm going to learn you guys today. This should be your Bible. Yesenia, what up? I just joined and taxes. What up, Leonor? Katrina Balance, what's up? Sell the Yopo. I thought about it, but there's fucking a million vendors for Yopo on Etsy and well, on everywhere. Let's see. I don't like selling things that everyone else is selling. I'd rather search the rare stuff with a high ticket value and make more money selling less things because like you guys have seen my shop. I have shit everywhere. I'm tired of like having a like I don't sell white sage seeds anymore because I make what? I'd make $5 a packet or $4 a packet, $3 a packet. And the time it would take to hike up there, collect the seeds, separate them, count the tiny ass little fucking beans out, package them up all nice, send them out to the post to make $3. It's like shit's not. It's not cost effective for me, is what I'm getting at. And the Yopo seeds are pretty cheap. So, I mean, I guess I can see what the price is going for on Etsy and see if it's worthwhile. Damn, they have the snuff pipes on Etsy. They're selling for $350. That's gangster. Super gangster. Oh, it doesn't look like anyone's selling Yopo on Etsy. What the hell? Should I jump on and live and jump on, or are you going to jump off as soon as I get on? All right, looks like we might have to start selling Yopo on Etsy, you guys. Good looks. What? They're not even on eBay anymore? Something happened. They're not even on eBay anymore. It looks like we might have found a seed to start selling, you guys. What the fuck? Very, very interesting. Oh no, they're on here. Let's see. Calcium tree. All right. Well, no one's selling bulk Yopo. I swear there used to be a million vendors for Yopo, you guys. Like a lot. Um, whoa, dude, there's a fly right here and it's going in fucking circles? What? You see that? I've never seen that in my life. Maybe one of his wings are broken. There's a fly right now flying, like gyrating as he flies. L for self, so much love, all the love. ZMR, what up? Thank you, Yesenia. We'll keep the light on. I'm gonna see who. What's it called though, you guys? Where are my Indian folk at? There's something you guys cook with. It's a paste. It's a calcium-based paste. It comes in a little. It's like a pastel green or a pastel orange little cylinder. Like that's what you should mix it with. I mean, you could go gangster and use the snail shells, but like, I don't think you have to. Alchemy, what up? Um, Damn, that's crazy. I can't believe no one's selling Yopo seeds online anymore. I swear to God, there were so many vendors. So many vendors. Um, Hold on, I'm ordering these seeds right now. What up? All right, hold on. California zip code. I don't know. I think it's 93060. 93060. I think. Santa Paula, right? Yeah. All right. Free shipping. What up? That's what I like to see. All right, you guys. We've just ordered Yopo seeds. Um, as you can see, you can probably just order it yourself from eBay. If you are into that sort of thing. But oh, that's right. Siebel evolution. Okay, so this dude's using calcium hydroxide as his basifying agent. Insufflation. Distinctly tryptamine. Um, I'm reading an experience from um, if you guys aren't familiar, this is Arrowwood. You can basically, if you're curious on experiences with different entheogenic plants, you can find them on something called Arrowwood Vault. And people go on there, any plant medicine you can imagine. They go on there and they write the plant out, the botanical name. I am a 26-year-old male, 155 pounds, 5'8". This is what I ate before. This is what I ate during. This is how I prepared it. This is how much I took exactly. Was the setting. This is what I felt. This is what I experienced. It's like an entire detailed guide of what to experience and what they went through. And it's good for like those of you who are nervous about the entheogenic world and want to hear stories or like one of the things that inspired me to try Yopo was from Airwood Vault. And this guy said he took the snuff and he blasted off. He laid down, left his body, and was flying over the ocean astrally. And he said he had this feeling where he could either keep flying and go over the ocean, or he could cut the experience off and return to his body. And he was afraid, but he continued on. And so he flew over the ocean and he came upon a beach. And there he said that on the beach there were these purple skinned people that were dancing and partying on the beach. And he landed and they were like, yo, you're here. And they welcomed him. And he said he was there hanging out with the people and they danced and they partied on the beach. And then he like returned to his body. And I was like, what the fuck? Sign me up. So I read that from Arrowwood Vault. It's cool. You guys should definitely look into that. UFO, frog medicine, plant medicine, cactus medicine, cannabis, opioids, like you name it, it's on here. That's crazy though. They only have 2 suppliers of Yopo though, dude. I'm shocked. Quite frankly, I'm shocked. Mix it with baking soda. I'm sure baking soda would work actually. What up, Zero the Infinite? Poppy seed paste, tamarind pulp. Look at you guys. But wouldn't the shells hurt? Dude, the seeds themselves burn like hell. This is not a pleasant way to experience an entheogenic plant for sure. 100%. Odyssey. Who wants to be fed? Everything's going good, Odyssey. Thank you kindly. I hope everything's going with you. Shillelagh, what up? I still want to get up with ayahuasca. Yo, Drogon, come on to California. We're having retreats out here. 100%. We're having retreats out here. They're starting in, I believe, June. They're starting in either May or June. Not the ones that I would like to set up with the letters retreats, but at the same location, the property that I have with a Mexican plant medicine man who does 4 days, 3 nights out here in the beautiful Central California coast countryside. It's fucking gorgeous out here. Ayahuasca, bufo, combo, San Pedro, sometimes pizza toppings, It's like a whole integrated thing. It's pretty savage. But yeah. Yeah. Kratom is dope. Kratom is dope. Whoops. Closely related to yo. I don't think we're gonna. A sweetened drink is made from the bark. Yeah. Lime, calcium hydroxide, mixed with a natural form of calcium hydroxide, lime. 12% bufotenin, and so there's Anadenanthara peregrina, which is yopo, and Anadenanthara colubrina, cousin. Vilka is what they would make. Same shit, but more bufoten, which I hear is pretty. 5-MeO is only in the bark. Bufoten's in the beans. Yeah, so it's a little different. The tree's fucking huge too. Anywho, probably going to call it right there, y'all. How you feeling? Thanks for keeping me company while I did boring tax shit. Glad that we were able to talk about some cool stuff afterward. Jogon, I think they will be. I think the last sitting is in October, so you'll probably miss it. Oh, nice. Good shit, Dragon. Good shit. Odyssey. Yeah, combo is dope. I was unprepared the first time I did combo and it fucked my shit up, but I guess it was worth it. Cool. 1043, 143. I've been seeing that number a lot lately. That said, if you guys would like anything else, thank you guys for supporting the channel. Thanks for chilling. Don't have anything else to say. Thank you, Agent Smith, for moderating. Drogon, welcome to the moderator club. Sykes, the whole squad. Etsy sales are back up. That's good news. The trees are killing it inside the grow tent. Hopefully the Palo Santo trees start to leaf out in the next week or two. That's a huge cash crop. But Nkosi 420, thoughts on pairing psychedelic medicine with magic rituals? Shit, the sky's the limit. Mr. Nkosi 420, sky's the limit. The question isn't what do I think on pairing psychedelic medicine with magic rituals. The question is, what do you think about pairing psychedelic medicine with magic rituals? Therein lies the winner chicken dinner. Know what I mean, Jelly Bean? Know what I mean? So next time, I'll write that down. That's a good. That's a good topic. Where we at? Michelle, Odyssey, Nkosi, Sykes, HDs, Smith, all y'all. I'll see you soon. All right. Thanks for hanging out. Thank you kindly. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. What the hell? Where's the fucking thing at? Where's Zoom at? Why can't I end the Zoom? I'm trying to hang up on you guys, but it doesn't look like it's. I have this weird thing going on, and it's kind of like.